Sooner Nation, Elite Junior Day is here. We got to talk about some of the guys that are going to be on campus and where Oklahoma is looking to address their needs. When you look at the visitor lists that are going to be coming up over the next couple of months, you can really get a really solid idea of the kids that want to take Oklahoma seriously in their recruitments and really where the staff wants to address the needs in this cycle and where the staff really wants to push when it comes to some of these recruits. But before we dive into it, before we talk about it, I need to hear from y'all because Oklahoma has had a massive couple of recruiting cycles, really turning over the entire roster since Brent Venables has taken over as head coach. Going into 2025, I feel like we're now going to see a complete Brent Venables team, and some of the targets that they might be going after at this point, it's just setting yourself up for the future. Guys, want to set the over-under. How many commits do you guys think Oklahoma will get out of this weekend? We're going to set it at 1.5. Give me your over-under bet there. Additionally, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and you hit the subscribe button. 60% of you guys that tune into my videos, you come back and you're not subscribed. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys help me out there. We got to talk about some of these elite visitors, and obviously it's going to be headlined by 2 5-stars. Caleb Cunningham, the 5-star wide receiver out of Mississippi, who has crystal balls to Mississippi State. And you would imagine Ole Miss is probably going to try to really come down in this recruitment. There's still a lot of time left. Jeff Lebby is obviously putting in some work down there, not really counting Oklahoma in on this recruitment yet. When it comes to the wide receiver position, I know a lot of people are still iffy on Isaiah Mosey because of the Lee Summit North connection and Williams Winery and Caden Green hitting the portal and going to Mizzou as well. I think a lot of people have kind of tuned, let off the gas a little bit when it comes to Mosey. I really look at a couple of options: Andrew Marsh, Jacaden Ferguson. I really like those prospects. You even have 3-star wide receiver Emmanuel Choice showing up this week. So you've got 2 wide receivers, but again, that's not an area that Oklahoma is really looking to solidify and really looking to pursue probably in this junior day. I mean, if Caleb Cunningham wants to come to Oklahoma, you're probably not turning him away, I would assume, but I don't know. When it comes to the other 5-star, I'm going to call him an athlete because some sites have him listed as a safety. Some sites have him listed as a linebacker, and that's Jonah Williams. Now, Jonah Williams is a guy that realistically could come play cheetah for you, but he could play linebacker or safety. He's that versatile. He's that good. Jonah Williams, there was some rumors that he was going to end up at A&M, ended up canceling those rumors and saying, hey, I'm going to be in Norman, and I mean, you've just heard nothing but good things about Oklahoma in this recruitment. It seems like Oklahoma is the leader, and I would really bet that this is going to be a recruitment that Oklahoma wants to nail down and get him in this class as soon as possible. But you look at some of the other spots here at linebacker and other guys that they're having on campus. I look at 4-star linebacker Elijah Barnes and 4-star linebacker Dawson Merritt. So I look at Jonah Williams and say, get Jonah Williams. Maybe you take another linebacker in this class because you don't necessarily look at Jonah Williams and say, you're going to fit in the Mike role. You're going to fit on the outside linebacker role, right? You know, you're going to potentially play cheetah. You're more likely play in the safety back there with Peyton Bowen. So I look at it and say, if you get Jonah, Elijah Barnes, who the staff recently was just out there visiting him in his high school, and then Dawson Merritt. Dawson Merritt is a name that a lot of people are not familiar with, but you should be. He's from the Kansas pipeline. We know BV wants to continue to recruit that area well. And Dawson Merritt, I think he's a top 130 player in the country, according to the 247 composite ranking. So that's one that if you're Oklahoma, you're going to want to keep your eyes on. Now, I look at the defensive end position. You've got quite a few guys going to be on campus, right? Max Granville, you got Gus Cordova, CJ Nickson, Alex Shieldknight. I think you've even got some other defensive linemen as well, like Landon Rink coming on campus. Kamari Moore will be on campus. Cole Breeler. So the defensive line, I think they're going to try to start narrowing down exactly who they really want to go after. I think this is a good week to decide who's really interested, right? Does CJ Nickson want to pursue basketball? Does he want to play football? I mean, does he even show up to this junior day? I think that's probably a big question for a lot of people. But then you look at Max Granville, a guy that Brent Venables and the staff are out there visiting, right? Max Granville, extremely talented. We did a whole video on him and his offer, and I believe he has a prediction into land at Oklahoma from Josh McQuistion over at Sooner Scoop on 3. So I like the visitor list when it comes to defensive linemen. Now, I do know that you're going to be getting other guys like Trenton Wilson and guys like that in later on in different junior days. So you're going to get an opportunity to get a fill out for some higher tiered defensive linemen. But I really like Landon Rink to Oklahoma. I think that pick, if somebody was to say, hey, I think Landon Rink would be a Sooner when it comes to signing day, that's not a bad pick. Landon Rink has very good relationships with Todd Bates. He does like Oklahoma. We just got an announcement on Texas's defensive line coach and who's going to replace Bo Davis. So I'm going to give that probably about a week or so and follow up with Landon and say, hey, have you had a chance to talk to him, fill up? But Texas A&M being in the backyard, they'll push a little bit. LSU, I'm not really looking at them as a factor. Florida just offered him, but Landon Rink is going to be a guy that I think Oklahoma has a solid chance of landing. As for the other guy, not really 100% sure. I haven't talked to him. I don't have any sources on him, but he's definitely a little interesting. His name's just been floated around, so maybe we'll have to follow up on that one. Additionally, you got a couple running backs, right? You got Michael Turner Jr., Tory Blaylock, and Demarius Robinson. So Demarius Robinson, homegrown kid out of Edmond, Santa Fe. You got Michael Turner Jr., who's been to camps with Oklahoma. He's been on campus. He's had a good time. I really like Michael Turner Jr. This is one of the running backs I'd like to see Oklahoma land. But you've also got Tory Blaylock coming on campus. And Tory Blaylock is a dude that, listen, I think he could probably come in and play for you day one. Oklahoma's a top school for him. When it comes to Michael Turner Jr., I'm not as confident as I am with Tory Blaylock. I feel like Tory Blaylock probably, I don't think you see either one of these running backs in their recruitment. And I know people were like this soon. And I know some people were kind of hoping that, Caden Knighton, the running back out of Wynnewood, would end up in this junior day. I don't think Caden Knighton's going to get a scholarship offer from Oklahoma, because if he does, I mean, he's going to be committed. So, and I would put that prediction in today if I knew he was getting a scholarship offer. Now, if it was a preferred walk-on offer, I believe maybe he would see what other options are out there, but Oklahoma would still probably have a high chance there. So when it comes to Michael Turner Jr. and Tory Blaylock, I would lean more into Blaylock recruitment just because it seems like there's more excitement in that camp. It seems like Oklahoma is a little bit higher on that list. With Michael Turner Jr., I'm going to be honest, I haven't felt that same excitement. So, but it's still interesting. You're getting both on campus, and, does DeMarco Murray and the staff, they really try to push on one of these guys and maybe try to lock down that running back position now? As far as Demarius Robinson goes, again, is he going to get a PWO? Does he get a scholarship? Does any kind of offer come out of this junior day? I think that's going to remain to be seen. Demarius Robinson is excited to be on campus here, and I think he's going to have a big year for Edmond Santa Fe this upcoming season. Again, if it was a preferred walk-on role for Oklahoma and school was covered, things like that, I would definitely favor Oklahoma in that recruitment too. So then you look at the tight end position. So you've got Marcus James can play the tight end, I believe. Probably going to play linebacker. We'll see there. You got Christian Jones coming in, the 4-star out of Nebraska. That one's interesting. We're actually potentially going to have him on the podcast post this junior day visit. So keep your eyes open there. We've got athlete Trynae Washington, current Oklahoma commit, 4-star cornerback Kobe Sellers. So you've got a couple cornerbacks and safeties coming in. Again, another interesting position where you got more than a couple guys coming, right? So Kobe Sellers has been a long-time favorite. A lot of people expect Kobe Sellers to commit to Oklahoma. I've even said it. Hey, I think you could see Kobe Sellers here in the next couple months commit to Oklahoma. When you look at it, you've got Tristan Haynes, a guy out of Carl Albert. I believe he would be here on campus because, his other buddies are going to be here. Kevin Sperry, Marcus James, Trynae Washington. Obviously, Xavier Robinson's already on campus. But Tristan Haynes, it seems like this recruitment is going to drag out. This is one where he's getting a lot of offers from a lot of places, a lot of elite schools, Power 5 schools. I don't know if this is going to be the drop in the bucket that Oklahoma fans want. I know you guys really don't want to hear that, but listen, when you're a kid of his talent and size at that corner position, he's going to be wanted by some of the best programs in the country and by multiple Power 5 programs in the country. He's going to get some probably really good NIL offers. So Oklahoma is going to have to compete there. I think it's going to be hard, though, at the end of the day to say no to come and playing with the team that you're playing with now, the team that you're committed to. So looking at the rest of the list, you got a couple offensive linemen. This is not a position that they've got a ton of guys here for. You've got Owen Hollenbach, Mekhi Stewart, and then you've got linebacker Raiden Garcia in 2027, defensive back Trenton Blaylock, who is the brother to the Blaylock at the running back position. So that's kind of what's going on for Junior Day. Again, want to hear your guys' predictions over under 1.5 commitments for Oklahoma. If you guys haven't already, hit that like and hit that subscribe button.